What's up, guys? DustinYewy here. Back with some pack openings, but I'm also here to talk about the EASHL Beta. Oh man, so it's gonna run from July 30th to August 6th, I believe is the date. Oh, Steve Mason. And yeah, basically, if you have NHL 15 on PS4 or Xbox One, all you have to do is wait for the 30th to come around, and you literally just go into the menu, and it should be right there for you to log in and sign up. The other way is there is actually a website for you to sign up with your Origin account, so that works as well. I'll put that link in the description for you guys if you don't have it. But basically, even if you have a friend who has NHL 15, all you have to do is go borrow their disc from them, let them download the beta, and then it's completely separate game. It doesn't ruin. I can't even talk. It doesn't run through NHL 15 at all. So. Yeah, there's some trouble saving there. Like, once you download it onto your hard drive, the game is there. You don't need to continue having NHL 15 in your console at all. So if you have a buddy or something that doesn't have NHL 15 on PS4 or Xbox One, that's literally all you have to do. Just send them the game. The other option is, well, for one, the opt-in with the email thing that I'm going to post below. As of right now, basically everyone's going to get a code if you have opted in. So if you have opted in, you should get a code for sure. They said that they ordered way more codes than they needed, so that's kind of a bonus there. There should definitely be enough codes. Ooh, Craig Anderson. So yeah, there's that basically. The other option, if you don't sign up or whatever, you can literally buy EA Access for $5 on Xbox One. If you well, unfortunately not on PS4, but on Xbox One you can buy EA Access, and it's $5. You can download the full game and you're good to go. But yeah, I would recommend if you had a friend or something just to borrow it from them, because that works pretty well. The other thing, I was just kind of gonna talk about some kind of gameplay stuff. So there's I was gonna talk about goalie stuff, then I was gonna talk about some GM stuff really fast, and I think maybe just some gameplay in general. So I'll just talk about EASHL first and goalie stuff. So yeah, the gameplay is a lot better. It's very much improved. I think the biggest thing to note, why is this pack opening so loud? I gotta turn it down a little bit. I'm sorry if it was a little bit loud there for you guys. I'll turn it down slightly. There we go. I had to just adjust my Elgato. Anyways, yeah, so the gameplay is much smoother. The incidental contact is fixed. The passing is probably, I'm gonna guess, 10 times better than it was in 15. So that is something everyone's kind of been worried about. That's kind of the biggest thing I could talk about. Passing's really good. Incidental contact is fixed. You still bump into guys, but you don't knock them over and cause a pileup, which was an issue for sure when you played OTP in 15. That was a huge problem. That was literally the first problem we brought up. When we left EA at the second event there, like, before we left, I told everyone to let them know about all the issues that they had. And people were like, oh, okay, like, you think so? And I was like, that's why we're here. So everyone really didn't like the game when we went the second time. Everyone was like everyone was kind of scared about what the game was going to turn out like, because they're like, oh, geez, like, the gameplay is not that great. But I can tell you for a fact that the second time we went, it was a lot better. Everything is feeling way smoother. The gameplay is actually a lot of fun. It's actually a ton of fun. I played a lot of goalie. Actually, I played a bunch of goalie. So goalie has remapped controls, but basically now, like, your left trigger L2 is going to be your precision movement. So that's basically like a regular goalie's movement while he's tracking the puck around. L1 is going to be your hug posts, which is completely different. It was some getting used to, but once you get the controls down, it's really good. The right trigger, or R2, is going to be, ooh, Brent Seabrook. It's going to be your butterfly, so you can slide around like that. Now, there's some big improvements to, like I said, the movement and stuff. So your right stick now is in control of big pad saves. Like, if you want to slide across to make a cross crease or something, you use the left or right on the right stick, and that's going to, like, basically shoot you across the ice trying to stop that cross crease. It felt great. It looked great. The new movements are really good. What else is down on the right stick is like the butterfly with the paddle down kind of thing. Up on the right stick was your regular butterfly with your poke check. Left stick is obviously like moving around and stuff. If you use the X, or I don't even know what the, I think it's A on Xbox One. If you use that button, that's to skate around again. That's the same thing. But now you have complete control over what your goalie does. So before, your goalie would do desperation saves kind of on his own. It wasn't really up to you. If your goalie was out of position, you had no choice but to kind of just let the AI take over, and they would just jump across the ice. Now with square, or I think it's X on, I don't even know that. Maybe it's B. I'm so bad with the Xbox controllers. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at like a diagram or anything. But the left button on those things, I think it's B. It's wherever the square is. But that's now your... that's now all your desperation saves, which is really cool. Actually, I'm just going to look it up, Xbox controller, so I can figure out if I'm being an idiot or not. Yeah, X. X is the left one. Yeah, so your X button or your square button is going to be all your desperation saves. The right, which I think includes like when you do the spread eagle, I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know for sure the desperations are that. Your circle or your A button are now going to be all your kind of rolls and stuff. So when you stack the pads and whatnot, that's there. I think poke check is also on circle. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty positive that's what it is. I kept getting mixed up the square and the circle, like ups on them basically, or like, sorry, B and A. Like if you're pushing up on it, I forget which one is poke check, but I'm pretty sure it's circle or A. So that's completely new. So yeah, now I think the biggest thing, I don't even know why I'm selling that. The biggest thing to note really though, out of all of it, is that you have complete control. There's less automated like saves. If you're too far in your net, and I mean, you can still get sniped on kind of, ooh, Marian Hossa, damn, nice. You can still get like snipped on if you're way too far back in your net now, which is like really great. You can score 5-hole goals, which is great. On the AI especially, like that's an actual viable option again. They kind of like got rid of that. I don't know, I forget what they said, but yeah, it basically wasn't in 15 for some reason. Like you couldn't really score 5-hole goals. It's very difficult, but it's back. Tips in ESHL felt great. Like I said, passing was great. The classes felt pretty balanced. I mean, obviously there's a beta, so that's kind of what they're going to be looking at, is like whether or not they feel good or not to people. When we played, the games were all pretty close for the most part, unless like someone who was just starting goalie went in net, and then it was kind of like, yeah, like I said, it's kind of a learning curve, but when you get to it, it's like once you get the hang of it, it's great. I think my first game I let in quite a few goals, but after that, there was one game I kind of dicked around a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, once you get the hang of it, it feels so good. The other thing is you can skate with the puck as a goalie, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit new. The other improvement is that if you actually reach into the outside of the trapezoid behind the net into the corners to get the puck, before it was like an automatic penalty, even if you touch the puck in there, but you can pull it out now as a goalie and not get a penalty, which is fantastic. Very good. I don't know. All in all, ESHL was like pretty solid. I think all of us had a pretty good time playing it. I'm excited for people to get their hands on it and see kind of what the feedback's going to be, because we kind of had a pretty strong hand in developing, like, you know, how it felt and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Obviously, I think there might be some class tuning for whatever reason, but I don't know if it'll be very large or minimal. That's the kind of thing. But yeah, everything otherwise, gameplay-wise, felt really great. The pivots are really cool. The one-timers felt pretty solid. I just got player packs. What's this? Let's do gold player pack. God, I got so many freaking packs here. I'm just ripping them open. Yeah, in terms of other modes, I didn't even touch Be a Pro, to be honest. What the hell is a little fly in here? I didn't touch Be a Pro. Reasoning, I really wanted to play, well, obviously we played a lot of ESHL again just to see if the tuning was great. I really jumped into GM mode for like a good couple hours, which was nice. I got to sit with the GM guy, and me and Tyler Flopfish actually just kind of played the game while he was there to figure it out. So some big things to note. in terms of GM mode. You can draft created players now. It's pretty easy to do it. All you do is create a player. You have to make him the proper age, and you just set his like draft year to undrafted, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just like that. I'll make a tutorial when the game comes out, but it's actually like super simple. That's all you have to do, and then they just show up in your game kind of thing, which is pretty simple. I made a guy that was 17, named him Joe Schmo, and he set his country to America or USA, and he showed up in the USA scouting list. So there's a very good possibility that you can make, you know, pretty much all the NCAA like prospects if you want to or whatever. So that was a big thing. Sim speed is completely much faster. The sim in 15 was just awful. The new sim is like really good. Ooh, Shadeen and Kimberly. The other thing was, I'm trying to think now. So the goalie rotation situation I brought up to the GM guy. And he actually didn't even, I don't even know if they knew about it, to be frank. Like I said, I've said it before, but like the guys who make the game aren't the playtesters. Like they're completely separate dudes. So if something happens, they might not notice it. For example, the GM guy said that he always turns it off anyways because he likes to do manual rotations. He's a big like kind of dynasty guy. So when I brought it up, he had no idea. So the issue for goalie rotation seems to be that it works on when you have assistant coach on, but if you turn it off, I think there's a bug there where it turns off the goalie rotation for some reason. So like I was just dicking around with Detroit in GM mode, and literally I think Jimmy Howard had like 5 games and Mrazek had like 13 or 17 or so. I don't know. Even it was really unbalanced though. So I like brought that up, and he's like, "Oh, geez, like he is something that he's gonna look into." So hopefully that gets fixed. Progression-wise, I think he said it's a little bit better. I'm not gonna say a little bit because it was actually not bad in the other game. Damn, St. Louis, not bad. But basically, players, people have asked if players can improve, and they actually can. I talked to them about that to just kind of make sure. So if a player is, say, I don't even know. I was gonna say a red bottom 6 like forward. I'm trying to think what he's even, how the colors even work. It's like red, yellow, green, I think. So if he's like a red bottom 6 forward, basically, and that's his potential, you can kind of slowly work him up if he's in his like role kind of thing. So if he's listed as a 4th liner, and then you play him a lot, he actually has a good season. He goes up to a 3rd liner, and you play him there, and he has a good season. Like his potential can slowly improve over that time. So if he's a red bottom 6 forward, he can go up to a yellow bottom 6 forward, and then he can go up to a green bottom 6 forward, and then he can go up to a top 6 forward, red, and then so on and so forth. So basically, you can improve players as long as you play them in the correct position and they're doing well, kind of thing. The other thing is that with the progression, player morale actually is going to play a pretty big part in it. If you don't keep your players happy, their overalls will drop, and if their overalls drop, they don't perform, kind of thing. They either, well, A, could ask for a trade. I was just simming through the Detroit Jam, like I was saying, and basically it got to the point where Abdelkader, I can't remember what his overall started off at. It was like something in the mid 80s, but he ended up dropping to a 78, asked for a trade and stuff. And I was like, oh geez, like this, because I had an assistant coach on to test the goalie rotation, so I was just like, oh man, like he got really upset fast. But because of that, I think it's because of his overall being a lot lower, it actually affects how he'll perform, which in turn affects how he's going to progress. So if you keep your players happy, they're going to have pretty good progression. The other cool thing was that I think, I'm not 100% if this is totally fact, but he was saying that you should see about 2/3 of all your rookies' potentials kind of improve, like for the year, by December. So basically, if you're playing McDavid and he starts off, I don't even know what he starts off, but say he's an 81 or an 82 or something. I don't know if that's exactly what it's going to be, but if he started off as that and you played him until December, you should see about 2/3 of his growth. At that point, you can make your decision if you want to keep him or not. So if he's having a bad year and you don't really see much growth and you're like, maybe I should send him down, that's when you would do that. So that's improved, obviously. I'm trying to think what else there was. Ooh, Feel the Thrill, baby! Not bad. The other thing in Gym, now that I'm thinking, is that the strategies, before the strategies actually didn't save, apparently. So now that's all fixed, so when you save it, it saves it. Before, I guess, when you'd play a game or sim a game or something, it would reset the strategies, so it kind of screw you up. You'd have to refix them every time. So that was fixed, and can't think. Oh, edit players. So you can edit players in GM mode. Obviously, you can't edit overalls because that'd be kind of like cheap. If you edited overalls based on salaries and stuff, it would kind of mess with the game a little bit. So that's not in there. But you can edit players obviously outside of the game, and that in that area you can change their overalls. So if you felt like McDavid needed a little boost, or whenever Eichel eventually gets into the game that he needs a boost, or if you create him, you know, kind of thing. So that's that. In Hut, we did see some Hut stuff. It wasn't 100% set, so I can't really say anything about like overalls or anything. In terms of just overalls in general, it looks like you're going to see a closer spread on overalls. I can't really confirm that because obviously the overalls weren't 100% set in stone from what we saw, so that's just from what I thought. But there seemed to be a lot of like I wouldn't say lower overalls, but like kind of room for when they have team of the weeks and stuff. There's going to be more of a boost to those kind of players. So again, I don't know what any of the overalls are for a fact. We like obviously had cards that had overalls. It's just we didn't really, you know, we don't know if they're 100% fact or not. So that's the only thing to talk about. People were asking me about goal horns and goal music. So Rammer actually tweeted it out. I guess they have 2/3 of the goal songs in the game from the NHL, and otherwise they have 100% of the goal horns. So all the goal horns will apparently be 100% good in there. I'm just trying to think of things that people have been consistently asking me. There is no edit jerseys or anything in ESHL this year. It's just something they never got in because we've been doing all the tuning and stuff, and they've been really working hard on it. I know people have been giving them flack about it, but honestly, like, it's been a really refreshing experience being part of the Gamechangers because like a lot of the issues, hey, Big Jumbo Joe, a lot of the issues they weren't even aware of, honestly. I mean, they have guys who look in the forums and stuff, and Ben, who's one of the gameplay devs, like he actually hangs out in there sometimes and answers questions and stuff. But for the most part, it's kind of like there's stuff that they just don't kind of get around to seeing. So for us being there and like actually like getting questions from you guys and stuff to be able to take to them, even the forums and stuff, it's very refreshing because we can bring up things and they're like, oh really? And we can show them kind of maybe glitch goals or that kind of stuff, and they'll be like, oh geez, we didn't even know that was there. So I don't know how the system works there, honestly. Like I don't know who looks at, you know, certain things like YouTube stuff. Like I don't think there's somebody that just sits on YouTube and watches videos and is like, oh geez, there's a glitch goal, or, you know, oh, this seems to be a problem because it keeps getting brought up. Like, I don't know about that. They do read a lot of the forum stuff for the most part, but in general, it's kind of like there was really no like bridge to gap the two things together kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not sure who handles their customer service. Like I have no clue who deals with that stuff, so I can't really, ooh, Jake Allen. I can't really say much about that, but sometimes they just literally don't see things. So I think the good thing with the Gamechangers now is they want to do it for a few years at least, from what I've heard of. So it's going to be good because you guys can post on the forums, or you can even like message me on Twitter and show me, like, if you find a glitch goal or something, you can always message me on, like, tweet at me, and I could literally look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's an issue, and then I can, you know, try and get it to them now, because we have direct access to all the devs through Skype now. So yeah, it's a very useful tool. We can just like literally live chat them and they can look and respond or get back to us when they can, kind of thing. So far that's been pretty good. But there's been a lot of things just from like getting feedback from you guys and whatnot that's helped a lot. So obviously, thank you to you guys. It's obviously for the gamers to kind of help us out and kind of try and fix the game, because I mean, there's one thing you can sit there and complain about it, but if you actually help out and, you know, do something about it, we might actually, you know, get a pretty good game out of it. And I can tell you for a fact that this game feels way better. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're just saying that because they flew you out and did all that. You know what? I think the biggest thing is, like, yeah, it's been a cool experience and we've got to go to EA and do all that kind of stuff, and it's been a lot of fun, but I think people just think that it's a big, like, ploy kind of thing. But if you were actually there, and I know the forum guys have even talked about it in their posts, but if you were actually there, you would see that the feedback we've given them has really, you know, shown itself in the game. So I hope you guys really actually notice that. But yeah, I'll stop talking about that. Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, I'll try and answer them in the comments below. You feel free to just fire a bunch of questions in. But yeah, the EASHL Beta is out on July 30th. If you don't have next gen NHL 15, I gave you a few options at the start of the video. Ooh, Lucic, if you guys want to go back and check that out. There's also, like I said, there's going to be a link in the description if you guys want to go opt in if you don't have it. Like I said, it's pretty much 100% guarantee you're going to get in. Or like the other option is, if you don't get, like, if you don't have an email or whatever, you don't sign up for it, you could literally just borrow your friend's game and it works just fine. So that's about it. That's kind of like my recap from the experience going this last time, the event 3, and kind of like just some other stuff that you guys might not have known about the game so far. I was really pumped for GM. GM felt really good, so I'm excited to jump into that when the game comes out. And that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't done so, subscribe for NHL 60 news. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of news more, but there's definitely going to be some like ESHL videos and stuff. I'm really excited with the new action tracker and the new kind of replay thing where you can get rid of the circle and the icons above your head, so you can make some sick montages. So I've never really been a montage guy. I was kind of in after montages almost. Like, that was like when I first started, that was a huge thing, and I didn't really get into it. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that I'd like to try maybe, because I do like it. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, if you guys want, oh yeah, I'll go in here for a sec. If you guys want, I'm gonna give away a, I got a bunch of freaking cards here. Literally, if you guys just want to throw up like contracts for, make sure it's a gold contract though, because I don't look for all contracts. Throw up some gold contracts for like 50k, and I'll just send out some cards. I got like some Datsuks, I got a Pavel Bure, I got some Team of the Weeks to give away, I got a Chara I can give away that I pulled. I just got a bunch of cards that I pulled that I don't really need. I still want to keep a bunch for Deal or No Deal on Twitch, but I have so many extra cards. As you can see, I have 99 items in here, and I just want to get rid of some of them. So feel free to throw up some contracts for 50k for 3 days, and I'll just kind of like send some out randomly if you guys want to check. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks for watching, guys.